Hollywood, California.
What's up, Hollywood? I didn't meet you, but...
Am I supposed to be on the video or no?
Oh, no, you don't have to be. You can cut it off. You're just looking at my nostril at this point. You can say hi to our camera setup, our producer, Austin.
Hello, what's up?
Hollywood, yeah, you can mute your video or cut off your camera. You look great, by the way, but I'm insecure about my nostril hair.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
Or I can just flip the phone. That works, too. Hollywood, you're fine as is. Let's talk, though. There's been a lot of bad blood. The fans are getting really excited about it, so I don't think it's all negative.
No, it's not all negative. Well, of course you feel that way. It's not all negative for you. You've been having a field day with this shit, Daddy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
I know you have.
Oh, yeah. Hollywood, no, I was going to say something mean and make a joke, but I didn't mean to ever upset you. I thought you were a lovely person. As you talked about over direct message with me, we were recalling history, things like the Tuskegee experiments. You complimented my shoes. I think you even said you liked my hair. I thought you were a beautiful person.
Yeah, I mean, I thought everything was all good. And look, let's be clear. Let's kick out the gate with some honesty here. Your fans tend to think that I am upset about you kissing her. Like, maybe for the first, day or two, that's what this shit was about. But
that is honest.
You move past that. You get over that part. Then you move on to the part where you're like, hey, man, I was cool with this dude. And he just kind of, slapped me in my face with my shit. You know what I mean? That more so was what it was about.
You're referring, Hollywood, to the sample of your song Pull Up in the video.
Yes, the way you did it. It's not what you ever heard the saying, it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
I have.
Okay, so there's a way that you do things. You can fucking infringe upon somebody's copyrights all fucking day, and it doesn't make any difference. They'll be happy. You know, like old artists, when people sample their music, they're happy somebody sampled it. But it's like, you gotta say, hey, is this cool? Can I go ahead and do this? You gotta, you know what I mean? You can't just surprise people in the manner that you used. It was kind of like, I say, a sense of a manipulation, because my song is not about beating up dudes because they disrespected my language. One part, and you took that part and of course capitalized on it, but that's not the point. You didn't disrespect her per se. She made a choice to do what she did. Had you been some dude that was pressing her on the street and harassing her, then that'd be different. You know what I mean? But no, that wasn't the case. So I can't be mad at you. You weren't disrespecting her. So to say that or to use that part it was kind of off, because I'm like, dude, you're not a stranger who ran up and slapped her on the ass or nothing like that. She made a conscious choice to do what she did. So I took that up with her. And then you had the nerve. You must got some big balls, huh, Danny?
I physically
He does
do.
have a large testicles.
I have a big nutsack. I do, as you said in your diss track, have a pencil dick. But my nuts, Hollywood, California, if you could feel these things. That's all I have to say. Hollywood.
He just put the camera on his balls.
That's basically where it's aimed right now. You're totally right. But I want you to understand that as a guy who comes to Prim, Nevada during the peak of the coronavirus hysteria and starts asking girls to make out with him, sometimes I make strange decisions, rash decisions in the name of comedy. I have to turn these videos out, and my editing window is 3 to 4 days. And I don't even really think about the consequences. I don't think about who I'm hurting or upsetting. You're totally right. Sometimes I just put shit out there, and I did something like cut that song, Pull Up, to make it seem like I was, how to put this? Like, everything you threatened to do to your wife, you clearly didn't do to me because I kissed her and you didn't come beat me up or put a cap in me or whatever. So I was saying with that edit, ha, Hollywood, California, I got one over on you. And you're right, that was disrespectful.
You're doing what the song is referring to. You did not do what the song is referring to. The song is referring to some sucker being disrespectful, calling her out of her name.
Yeah.
Without permission, things like that. That's disrespect. If she make a conscious choice to kiss you, how the fuck I'm gonna get mad at you? You know what I mean? That's not the case. I'm not no jealous ass weirdo. You know what I mean? That's not the case. We, let me just tell you guys, for the fans, we are polyamorous. We've had other girlfriends, other partners. We do our thing. So if she wanted to kiss a dude, if that was her choice, and she, you know what I mean, I'm not mad at her about that. I was upset that she did it during a pandemic when we have small children in our house. If you really want to know the truth, I have a child in my house that has certain conditions and she can't get sick. It could be very bad. So that's what I was thinking. Like, dude, if you put my kid at health risk for some hee ha-has.
It's ridiculous.
That's what I was upset about.
Hollywood, how did you initially find out that we had in fact kissed your wife? Did she tell you? Did some shithead fan start commenting?
No, she didn't tell me. That's what.
Oh, that's wrong.
Is that she didn't tell me. She just came home, acted like nothing happened, and then a week later, I see this video, and I forgot who presented it to me. To be honest with you,
Probably some fan in your direct messages, I imagine.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Some asshole.
Somebody brought it up to me, and I was like, "What?" And then I went and checked it out, and that was it. But I had no idea. I didn't think you were gonna put it up that quick either.
Oh, I appreciate that. I am pretty swift with my editing. I'm sorry, Hollywood. We've been doing a show for 2 hours. My humor is a little off right now. I'm not as funny as I was at the start. So that obviously must have been distressing. And then did you go right over to your wife? Were you upset with her? Did you guys have some sort of fight?
It like right in front of her. Like they sent it to me and she was sitting next to me. And I was like, the fuck? You know what I mean? And no, I did not hit her. Mr. likes to imply that someone is domestic.
Not what I meant. I meant a verbal fight, Hollywood.
Bad. Of course, there was a verbal conversation. I mean, what else are we going to talk with sign language? But fucking, it wasn't anything crazy. I just said, hey, why the fuck would you do that? Like, what the fuck were you thinking? I might have yelled, raised my voice, but there was no physical
Call her any names?
or nothing like that.
Leo, my co-host, I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, Hollywood. He wants to know, this is a silly question.
If there were any names, I just want to know what kind of names.
Hollywood,
were.
can I ask you a silly question? It's my co-host, it's not me.
Leo, the one with the long hair, right?
Yeah, the
Yes,
good-looking guy. He wants to know if you called your wife a whore to her face.
I don't know. In the midst of being angry, I might have said a lot of shit.
What's the worst? Hollywood, I got a laugh out of my producer. What's the worst thing you said?
How the fuck you gonna kiss a motherfucker with no lips?
Was that a reference to my race? I don't like that.
No, I mean to you, I think.
That means white people have thin lips,
Not
right?
all white people have thin lips.
yeah.
Look at Austin.
I actually have luscious lips, Hollywood. You should take a closer look at some of my Instagram photos.
Ask her about the street
Look,
cred.
hey man, in the grand scheme of lips, in my community, you have no lips, bro. So
That's all you guys are looking for? You're just a couple of lip junkies? I have more to offer.
it's enticing, nice juicy lips,
What about his baby blues? What about his baby blues?
Hollywood, did I take off my shades and show you what I got?
Oh my God, why are you guys so hell bent on these eyes?
She watches a lot of the content.
It's a move that's worked a few times, Hollywood. I got some questions about her street cred in the rap community.
Well, we're still almost to the end of this. So Hollywood, what I noticed though, and I was confused why you were so mad, because it seemed to me like the fans were reacting really positively to your song. I went over to your YouTube video, and the fans, they did crack some jokes. Danny Mullen freed the slaves and he freed your wife's tongue. But then they would say underneath, but no joke, this song slaps, or I'm really digging this track, or something like that. Did you notice that? It seemed like a lot of people were into the song.
No, and that's what I also want to say. It wasn't that they were completely negative, but you got to understand, for somebody like me that comes from not the same world as seemingly you or your fans, we don't take to these type of things as easily. So when people are like referencing my personal life and all that stuff, I don't know how to handle that. That doesn't. I'm ready to like spaz out and like tell them to pull up. Since y'all talking, yeah, you heard my
Pull up.
I mean, that's where I'm at with it. Like, you want to talk that shit, you fucking keyboard warrior, slide.
Yeah.
That's how,
Well,
you know what I mean?
you're That's why your lead single was "Pull Up." You tell motherfuckers to pull up. It makes sense.
And I'm like, but I can't do that because I have to understand that your fans don't come from the same world as me, and they enjoy that. When I tell them to pull up, they're like, yeah,
Exactly.
Look, she's mad, she's triggered. Like, so
Right.
I have to realize, like, look, this is what they go do. But what upset me was, like I said, all the references to my personal life and all that. I can't. I'm not ready for that. Like, you know what I mean? You think you understand what fame is and the internet and trolls and all this stuff, but I can definitely say your fans deserve a troll award. Like, if there was a troll award,
They're good at what they do.
Get that shit. Like, they would be ranked number 1 at that shit. You got some loyal motherfuckers on your team, I will say.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Hollywood, and I appreciate them. We're pointing at the cameras right now. I think, Hollywood, though, that a lot of people are going to watch this, and I think the way you've conducted yourself on this podcast, people are going to have some newfound respect for you. They could tell that you were, I'm sure, a lovely person in that video we shot, but then the excitement of me kissing your wife, it was such an unlikely situation, and then me using the song Pull Up, that got to them. They just had to immediately flip to Instagram on their phone, find you, and just say some impulsive comment. But I think they already like your music, and after hearing this, they're going to start to like and respect you as a person, too.
I hope so, I hope so, because I tell people, even when I talk to them, because I've had a conversation with quite a few of your fans in my DM. Some of them start out crazy, and then they actually turn out to be decent, respectable conversations. And one thing that they always say is, hey, man, we're just big fans, you know what I mean? It's not personal, you know what I mean? And I agree, that they're fans, but hey, man, what you got to do, I'm going to be real with you, Danny, you got to tell these kids, man, they got to watch some of the stuff they say, because
they're not getting. Are they getting racial? What are they doing?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, that's not good.
I screenshotted the DMs. I've been called everything from a porch monkey to being told that, your people have the lowest literacy rate in the country and the lowest economic standing.
Hey,
we're not okay with that.
Hey, well, Stockton is a city that's just an hour north of my hometown. It has the lowest literacy rate, and it's primarily white and Mexican. So I can say for a fact, Hollywood, that doesn't stand up with what I know.
We don't condone any of those things,
I know,
guys.
but I'm just saying, as you have this great platform and these awesome followers, if you told them, hey, man, all that racial stuff, you know what I mean? That's not cool. They would respect that, you know what I mean? Because, listen, and I'm going to tell you another thing, because I told you I wasn't going to bullshit with you.
Uh-huh.
So I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What the fuck is up with that sweater? What's up with the slogan, man?
Danny Mullen free the slaves?
Yeah, man.
Does that offend you?
Yes, it does, man.
Why does it offend you, Hollywood?
I know you don't actually interact with as many black people, so I'm gonna take the one moment. I never usually do this. I don't use myself as a speaker for all black people. I'm not the national spokesperson, but I will say, at such a volatile time in this country, that sweater could get the shit kicked out of one of them kids.
You raise a good point, but you know what's interesting, Hollywood, is Baina, a black guy who's in our crew and who appeared later on in the video you were in, he has Danny Mullen free the slaves in the bio of his Instagram.
Right.
So there are some black people who love it.
You know what, though? I seen that dude, and Danny, I'm going to be real with you. We ain't the same type of black. So for the type of black that I am and the type of angry black that we have going on right now in this country, that sweater is very walking the fine line of getting the shit kicked out of one of them kids.
I would not wear it to a protest in South Central right now. I admit that. Kids, don't do that.
Yeah, please don't.
Nowhere. Not South Central, Minneapolis, anywhere is not a good idea. Keep those for when the shit dies down. But even in then, you got to be, there's people who really fought for my ancestors' freedom, that really died for that. You can't take credit for that. I know it's funny and all, but like, what about the people who were, one of your fans told me you were the real Frederick Douglass. You know how different
What is wrong with you guys? Jesus,
but
guys.
Come on, Hollywood, that's a funny joke. You heard us burst out laughing right there.
funny.
Obviously, I don't have a time machine.
also-
I'm not black and I don't have an afro. Obviously, I'm not the real Frederick Douglass. That's just some silly humor.
But I'm just saying, man, at some point, even comedians got to be like, hey, man, some shit you gotta know when to hit the switch. That's all I'm saying. You got to know when to hit the switch, because you would hate to hear that one of these kids got their ass beat.
Yep.
because of that sweater.
Hollywood, my fans, despite how they appear in Instagram direct messages, they're actually really smart people, we found. I'm sure they're smart enough to not wear those out into the danger zone. But Hollywood, I mean, I'll say right now on the phone with you that I absolutely condemn anybody who's sending you racial shit, calling you a porch monkey over Instagram. We're civilized people. Obviously, we think that's complete fucking bullshit. Doesn't it also piss you off, though, Hollywood? All these fucking white, rich college girls who are posting a bunch of airheaded, pro-black messages right now that are just doing it to get likes and attention and don't give a shit about the issues.
Right.
I don't want to appear as one of those people.
Absolutely. But see, I'm a little bit different. You know what I mean? You guys caught the song Pull Up and all that, but you didn't really catch the message. I'm sort of like one of those, like, I don't know if you heard the old school group like De La Soul. I'm one of those type rappers. I'm kind of like about motivating, my community and shit like that. I'm not into the violence and the drug music. I don't talk about those things.
I understand.
So when I people like that, the Beckys who want to, get attention, or the ones that are out there causing chaos, robbing, looting stores and then letting us suffer the consequence for it. I don't even acknowledge that, because I'm so aware of this that I would never allow myself. That's why you won't see me out protesting. Nah, I don't participate in that, because I'm not gonna get caught up and give the police, something to take me to jail for. I'm not, and I don't want you using me as a meme. Even though I heard you did it, I heard you use me as a meme.
I don't know what that means. I can't say for sure.
A meme? You used me as a meme, like you made a little thing. I heard somebody in your camp or something made a meme out of me.
I'm sure somebody in my camp did, or I wouldn't call it my camp, in my army probably did. But I don't make memes, Hollywood. So
he doesn't like that humor.
The extent of my use of you, and I will call it use, was the pull-up edit I made where I was making out with your wife over top of the music video.
But nah, man, it's all good though. I just want to be clear, we all good, man. I really don't hate you or anything, because they probably think I hate you. I don't hate you.
No. I've gathered that you haven't hated me at all, but I understand that you're frustrated, and I can tell that some days you're more frustrated with me than others, and I just attribute that to the fans being particularly shitheaded that day. Yeah,
extra trolly one day than the other.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for the most part, I've met some cool people through this. I'm not. Like I said, I'm not mad. I just wish, that, there would have been a conversation before it all happened, and, that we could have just done it a little bit more tactfully. I just want you to think about being a little bit more tactful, and think about also your use of the N-word in your videos. That ain't cool either.
Well, I had Barbershop Evan there to sanction it.
Man, there's no such thing.
I'll try to look out for it, Hollywood.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying, man, because it's a volatile time in this country.
Oh yeah, especially he isn't going to be saying it anytime soon.
See you somewhere and want to attack you.
Hollywood, I was talking earlier on the show, and this is not really related to mine and your beef, which I don't think is beef anymore. I really like talking to you. You seem like a good person. But I was saying earlier that all these riots, the media just shoving everything down our throat. Oh, it's blacks versus whites. It's cops versus blacks. In the riots, I went out yesterday to try to get dinner with my girlfriend, and the tension in the air is so palpable that I found myself not even being able to look black people in the face because I felt like they all hated me. Do you think the way the media is handling this, the way people are taking to the streets, is good for race relationships? Do you view this as a positive or a negative?
I think it's absolutely negative, because I am totally against liberal media. I think they are the biggest race baiters on the face of the earth.
You're going to love our producer, Austin.
They purposely, have painted this picture in this manner. But it doesn't take away from there is a problem with the police and the over abuse of power. But I won't allow them to tell me that all white people are my enemy. No, I'm not going to let you do that. But I don't care if you're a white cop or a black cop. If you're a fucking cop, you're a fucking cop. You know what I mean? And that's my thing. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to say, oh, if I see a black cop, do I feel less fear because he's black? No. You know what I mean? Because I've been jacked up by them too for no reason. So no, I'm not gonna, but I don't feel that the media is helping it. You're absolutely right. They're not helping it. And I feel like if they really do want to help, they would tell everybody, look, let this shit pan out. Now, I would understand if they found the dude not guilty and they wild out after that, but at least let's see what happens before you go and start smashing windows. And I feel like a lot of people are like I said, I believe Antifa is a big part of this nonsense, and they're the ones instigating it.
Oh, fuck Antifa.
They're the ones, because you keep catching white kids inside of like stores burning shit, and they didn't even take anything.
Mm-hmm.
If it was us, we'd take something.
Mm-hmm.
They burned down the DMV, and they caught like a little white boy with like, you know what I mean? He has no purpose of being here. Some of these people are paid to be in these riots and shit. Yeah. So I don't trust none of that shit. So no, hell no. The media is not helping. Fuck the liberal media. They're full of shit.
So you're saying, Hollywood, that wait for the end of the legal proceedings, because it sounds like they're going to crucify this guy who committed the murder. It sounds like everything's going wrong for him. Everybody's condemning him. So you're saying that
suicide watch.
That rioting was not an appropriate response because justice, it seems like, is going to be served.
Right. I feel like let it pan out.
Uh-huh.
If it turned out to be a Rodney King situation where all officers involved were found not guilty, no matter the video,
that's what happened with Rodney King, right?
That'd be a different case.
Mm.
But
Rodney King was not.
This
That's
case,
crazy.
I mean, I think even President Trump sees that this dude is a blatant fucking murderer.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there shouldn't be much room for anything but guilty. I think what people are upset about, though, is that he got third-degree murder instead of at least second. We can't say first because it wasn't per se premeditated.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But third-degree murder, what is that? You basically said like he ran over a dog or something. Like it just didn't. It wasn't strong enough, and I think that's what people are upset about. The charges were not strong.
Lawyer break that down. They could still put him in jail for a long time, even third degree.
Well, let us hope
we'll
so.
see. Yeah, we'll see. We're hoping for the best. Yeah.
Hollywood, this has been a great talk. I really enjoyed this and appreciated it. I'm glad we could get you on the phone, clear the air, and who knows, maybe we'll shoot something together in the future. I roll through Vegas a lot.
They definitely want to see a video or something. That's all they've been talking about is. So when are you guys going to do a track together? So what's up? You
a track together would be amazing.
Remix a pull up.
Hollywood,
remix a pull up.
How about I book us a suite? You, me, and your wife get on a plane for Hawaii.
Let's do it.
Little menage a trois on a tropical island.
I should have known that something was going to come at the end of that. I should have fucking known.
Hey, I'll get some collagen in my lips. You'll be looking at me a lot different.
I don't want them Kylie Jenners. I'm good.
Oh.
He likes she likes the natural, even if they're not quite her size.
Man.
All right, Hollywood. I'll keep my lips natural, and I won't book those plane tickets. But,
hey,
yeah.
Let me ask you, though, what you think about the diss? How did you feel about it? That's what I got to ask you. How did you feel about it?
I thought it was fucking hilarious. I liked it. Any kind of controversy I can get going, I'm fucking stoked on it. And what did you? I mean, your wife didn't jerk me off or anything. How do you know I got a pencil dick?
I know, and it's so funny because they'd be like, "Oh, he ran off. He did this to your wife." I'm like, "Did y'all see them leave together? They book a room that night or something? Tell me, did I miss something?" But I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just went upon the white guy stereotype and I just ran with it.
That's good. That's a little prejudice, but I can forgive you. I do have a Danny Mullen Free the Slave shirt.
Exactly. So hey, it was tit for tat, man.
Yeah.
Tit for tat.
Yeah, well, you happen to be right. I am more of a length guy than a girth one, that's for sure. The gentleman sitting to my left, I've heard a black girl call his penis a Coke can penis. So, I mean, if you'd written your diss track about him, it would be no good. But you kind of nailed it with me. It worked out. The stereotype, it played out perfectly.
Well, I don't know because I don't know how many of your fans have seen your penis.
Oh, all of them.
So
They all have,
I don't know if they can judge or tell me if I'm right or not. But nonetheless, I don't know anything about Danny's penis. Just so we make it known, I don't know anything about it.
Well, I'll send you a penis picture after I hang up on this call, okay, baby?
Can I send you one back?
You got it. An even exchange.
I sent one of your fans one. They kept saying something, so I took a picture of my strap. I have 3 different sizes, and I said, which one do you want?
You have 3 different strap-ons you use on your wife.
And maybe some other people. You never know.
Can you tell me the dimensions of these strap-ons?
Oh, God.
There's one that's like 5 inches, one that's 7, and one that's like about 6 with a vibrator in
Oh
it.
wow, see?
So those are nice and modestly sized.
told you.
I thought I was about to feel real insecure.
I told you, bud.
No, we're not trying to bust
a great
open
episode.
the fucking Brooklyn Bridge on a bitch.
Yeah, dude. They don't need that Brooklyn Bridge, Danny.
Wow, Hollywood.
We don't want to bust her open like that.
There
Okay.
you go, dude.
So would you say those dildos you're using, those are pretty much average male penis sizes?
Yeah, but you know what they say, it's the motion of the ocean. I used to have a ridiculous size one, but then I realized like most of the time they're like, oh, ow, oh, ow. So you got to get something a little bit more.
This is a
natural.
great day.
Wow.
This is a great day.
Hollywood, we were talking about this earlier in the podcast, having the age-old penis size
I
debate.
told you when you talk to women, man, they'll tell you the truth.
average woman really can't. She can't probably take anything more than a 7.5. They force themselves to take more.
There
out of luck,
you
Austin.
go, dude.
Hey, well, Hollywood, this has been such a heartwarming note to wrap up
Yeah,
on.
this is amazing.
Talking about dick size.
I
Yeah.
love it. It's not a Danny Mullen podcast or video without
That's right.
it. Hollywood, this has been great. I'll send you a message on Instagram right after we get off the phone, but we're wrapping up our podcast here, and I just want to say from Los Angeles all the way out to you and Prim, have a beautiful evening.
Thank you.
Alrighty, you too, Danny, and you know, shit. Anytime you come out here again and you're not looking to make an ass of the whole pram, let me know.
You got it, baby.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'll come over with a bottle of... What's the stuff that black people drink?
Oh, Hennessy.
Hennessy.
Hennessy?
Yeah.
Some Henny.
And you know what's funny is that the only people I've ever heard
Alizé.
with the name Hennessy is white.
Really? Yeah, that's true.
The name Hennessy comes from white people.
What about
Yeah.
Alizé?
Alizé.
How about some Alizé?
That sounds like a cheap hooker. Fuck, I don't want no Alizé. That's like the black people who name their kids after cars and Mercedes, and we got Porsche here, and fuck Porsche, whatever the fuck. I don't even know how you pronounce it. But yeah, if you come out again, make sure you come by and say hi.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Hollywood.
I look forward to meeting you one day as well, Hollywood. This is Leo.
Who's that? Is that Leo?
That's
Yeah.
Leo the Tavio next to me.
Yeah, man, I've been seeing you in my stories. I see you watching that.
Yeah. You got some. Absolutely. You're very controversial right now, and I love it. And you, I think you did great, and hopefully it got you some good promotion for your videos.
Oh yeah, man, it's all good. Like I said, hopefully everybody knows, you know, that's all. It ain't no bullshit.
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Alrighty, man.
Take it easy, Hollywood.